Hello, my apologies, but the episode you're about to see is live from Twitch. Unfortunately, my OBS crashed in the middle of it, so I lost the first 20 minutes of stream. My apologies to the guests on board. We'll do this again, though. You'll have another chance to jump on. The other thing I want to warn you about before we begin on things is the last 20 minutes or so. Well, when the guest Sticky Rice comes on and we start talking about Metal Gear Solid 5, I do warn you that we're going to have 5 minutes of spoilers, but we actually end up talking about Phantom Pain ending spoilers for pretty much the rest of the entire podcast. So if you want to hear me rant about the ending to Metal Gear Solid 5, you get a chance to, but if you'd like to remain unspoiled, I guess don't listen to that part. Anyway, thanks again to my friends Pula Hoko and Digital Basic for co-hosting with me. Hope you enjoy. Sorry about that. Anyway, we're back. I killed this game apparently killed my emulator somehow, but anyway, we'll talk about that in a moment. Who else wants in? Let's go this time with an old standby.
Rotorbund, wow.
Yeah, wow.
I thought they only made educational games.
No, sir.
Oh,
They made other games. Runch, you there?
Yeah, I am. What's
cool.
up?
What's up, dude? I'm about to play Battle of Olympus.
Oh, wow. Jeez. I have never seen that game before.
Well, you might see it on this stream right now. This is...
Yeah, the stream just started up for me again.
Yeah, it's... Oops. Damn. That's right. So you start with a club. You're a little Greek guy, and you jump around, and... Wow, this is so weird.
Beefina.
I wanted...
That was the best you could come up with.
I was gonna do Beatus, but that's like an old joke, and then I just started...
Oh, wow. It really does look like Zelda 2.
It does.
Wow, it looks exactly like that, yeah.
Yeah. God damn.
Only with better dialogue, I guess.
I don't know if we find a man named Error.
So, is that a bat that you have, or a fried chicken drum, or a piece of fried shrimp?
This is not a Let's Play of Battle of Olympus, but it is a club. Anyway, and the currency is olives, from what I remember.
Of course, because it's Greek.
Of course. Runch, what did you want to talk about today, by the way?
Well, I had a few things to talk about. Hey, that does look like Error right there.
It totally did, actually.
Anyway, the thing I want to talk about is AGDQ 2016.
Oh, hey, AGDQ 2016. Tell me.
The preliminary schedule has been released for it.
Oh, wow. What are you looking forward to? What's there?
Honestly, there's a whole load of new faces, and there's nothing too interesting, like more or less the same old, same old. Awful Games does not have any standout stars,
Aww.
which is my favorite block, of course.
Mine too. At
the end, there is a Bloodborne speedrun. So think that you could beat Bloodborne in time for AGDQ and get it under 42 minutes.
Yes. And
Better get practicing.
And by yes, I mean no. we're actually almost done with the game, you know.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm. So,
I'm not going to lie. I don't actually watch Dark Souls or any other Souls games Let's Plays because I get a little bit angry at them.
I understand. At least you're open to. At least you admit it.
Yeah, honesty's good.
Honesty is good.
Yeah, and back to AGDQ.
Yes.
There's a whole load of new faces, but apparently some of the old faces, they booked the flight to AGDQ, and then they found out when the schedule got released, they're not on it.
Oh, that sucks. You know, like...
And
I've noticed like a lot of events, not just AGDQ, tend to do that. Like MagFest and stuff, for example. Like, you know, they don't tell you if you're gonna be going or not, which like until like a month before, which sucks if you plan to go, because then you like book flights, you know what I mean, and all that stuff. Yeah. The hell gives?
And some of the people who got chipped out are kind of infamous for having some of the most interesting things happen to them in past AGDQs.
Oh no.
Special shout out to Caveman.
Oh no. I like
He got
Caveman.
chipped out.
That's awful.
Yeah. And he even tweeted about it.
Oh shit, I totally missed that. That's terrible. Oh man, if only there was something I could do about this. Well, there isn't. So.
Well, there's really not much
No.
to do about it. AGDQ from behind the scenes looks like a lost cause.
Oh no. That's awful.
Well, surely you can throw around some of that retsupurae weight, can't you?
There's
a name drop?
there's not much of it. It's like maybe 4 or 5 grams I have to throw around at any given time. But
what is interesting to note as well is that there's only one Tazbot thing.
I saw that. I was curious about what was going on there, but
How many was there last year?
That was like a couple of hours of Tazbot stuff.
oh jeez.
I'm either getting that confused with SDGQ this year, but there was a fair bit of Tazbot.
Was that?
And
Yeah. Go ahead.
SGDQ's Tazbot was kind of completely rubbish.
Mm.
Yeah,
That's
that
what I
was the
heard.
Ikaruga one, and
Yeah,
where they just played the video.
Yeah, that was a little disappointing, honestly.
You don't go from Pokemon Plays Twitch chat to video.
I think that's the thing. Yeah, the bar got set so high there.
Yeah, I mean, how do you follow that act?
Not with the Ikaruga video, I suppose, but you know. God, I forget this game entirely, and I'm doing terrible at it. But anyway.
I'm sure that if you hit the slimes enough, you'll get like a bag of olives or something that will level yourself up.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm not even sure what I'm really doing here. But maybe I could speedrun this someday. Not at this year's.
You could.
But
I was
damn.
planning on jokingly entering with Obscure 2, and then I found out that no, people are actually do like that game for some reason.
Really? You mean the speedrun, or just they actually enjoy playing it?
They actually enjoyed Obscure 2, which is
No.
fucking amazing to me.
Wow. It looked really bad, honestly. That's ridiculous.
Well, you had Sonic 06 Defenders, didn't you, Slowbeef?
Yeah, everybody, yeah, that they did have the Sonic 06 Defenders, which is kind of amazing to me still. But yeah, there really are people who are just like, that game gets a bad rap. It's totally fine. What's the matter with everybody? And it's like, oh my god, you're hopeless. I'm sorry.
Like, opinions are subjective and everything, but you're just wrong
Yeah.
in this case.
More or less.
I like the game because it is bad.
Which one? Oh, Sonic 06? Oh,
Yes.
yeah, there's the irony stuff, which I did like it ironically at first, but wow, it wears on you. It really, really wears on you.
It looked like one of those games that almost had potential if it was like in an alternate universe, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
If it was a completely different game, yeah. I still cannot believe that Sega had the balls to sell DLC for that.
They did.
I can't believe that Sega had the balls to release a half-assed port to the Game Boy Advance for Sonic's 15th anniversary.
Oh yeah, that's supposed to be so bad. The Sonic Advance one, the GBA one. God damn, what a terrible anniversary for Sonic.
And guess what? It's Sonic's 30th? No, 20th.
Wait,
30th.
well, Sonic 06. If 2006 was the 15th anniversary, this would be 25th, right?
Yeah, 25th.
Yeah.
Why am I thinking 30th? Probably because it's Mario 30th this year.
I just used the power of deduction personally, but Runch, I'm afraid we're a little low on time. Did you have anything else you wanted to plug or anything?
I'll plug my hitbox again.
Do it.
It is hitbox.tv/runch.
All right. RUNTCH.
What?
RUNTCH, like runt with a CH at the end.
Yes.
Cool. Okay. And because I just found a boss or something, I think you just got some.
Yeah,
even
digging these
music.
beats.
Yeah, jeez.
All right.
It's either you found a boss or you found the next area.
Or I found nothing. Anyway, I found a music change for some reason. Okay. You win this round, Battle of Olympus. All right. Well, thanks a lot, Runch. I appreciate it. You coming by.
No problem.
All right. Take easy, my friend.
See ya.
All right, we got a new person here, so let's do that. Add to the group call, Brian. And while he's being added, I gotta tell you, I have no idea what the hell I'm doing with this game. At all.
So you can't remember any of it.
No, I kind of remember a lot of grinding for olives and stuff, you know?
The good old classic, grinding for money.
Yeah. But I don't remember why. I just remember that was part of the game. Oh, I heard a rustling.
Yes, you did.
What's going on? What should we call you?
DeGosser?
DeGosser?
Yep.
Nice to meet you, DeGosser. Why do you call that? Why is that your handle?
It's a song by a band called Brand New.
Oh, okay.
That's really it.
Cool. Awesome. Did you have anything in particular you felt like chatting about tonight?
Not
lovely-
particularly.
All right then. What have you been playing lately?
Battle
for
Fallout
Olympus?
4 and Rainbow Six Siege.
Do you know, by the way, I have two things to say about that. Fallout 4, I am legitimately thinking of playing just because I heard about the synths.
Yeah, it's really interesting. It kind of reminds me of Snatcher.
That's exactly why. You've stumbled right upon it. This is my only criteria for wanting to play a video game. Is it like
Snatcher? Yes.
I am so desperate for Snatcher. Because it's not exactly a flooded market there. It's pretty much, do you want to play Snatcher? No, you're out of games. So, you know. And then, I saw there was a Steam sale on Binary Domain. And then, I was like, oh, I'm going to pick that up. And I didn't get a chance to. But then I got three copies of it gifted to me. Which is very nice of people. So...
Yeah, I was about to say about that Binary Domain. It's very over the top.
It looks almost like, I imagine, Snatcher meets Terminator Salvation? Is that I never saw that one. That's the fourth one. Where it's all future war stuff.
Yeah, if I remember that movie correctly, yeah, that's what it's about.
Mm-hmm.
And I just remember Binary Domain just being ridiculous.
I gotta play that. I've seen little bits and pieces of it, but with Big Bow and stuff like that. But I still have yet to play it. And what was the other thing? And then there's that game Read Only Memories, which I backed on Kickstarter, even though they made an error and they said we're gonna have a first-person game just like Snatcher, and I'm like, Snatcher was not all first-person, thank you. But I let it go and whatever. But I still have yet to actually sit down and play it.
Yeah, I won that game free on Twitter. They had a contest to just retweet and you get the game, and I won it. And I'm like, oh, I guess I should play it.
Did you play it?
Still haven't.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I gotta give it a shot one of these days. And I was supposed to play Gomon with you, Polahoko.
Yep.
Cool. One day. No, maybe this weekend if you're free.
Maybe, yeah.
I gotta say while I'm here, by the way, Battle of Olympus a lot different than I remembered it.
Yeah, you were gushing about it before, but now I'm not really seeing what the big deal is here.
No, me neither, honestly. I played it years and years back, and then it's I remember it being a little better, I think. But I haven't really been sitting down talking to people in the game. Maybe there's if you get more direction, But Also, this music was pretty good when it started, but yeah, it's really starting to grate on me a little bit.
Think you might have had a little bit of rose-tinted glasses going on.
I feel like it gets a lot better once you start getting more gear and stuff, and you go into the different places. But, what do you call it? I don't know. And then you said you were also playing Rainbow Six?
Yeah, the beta for the game that comes out Tuesday, I believe.
Okay. Good stuff.
In the closed beta, I played about 250 matches in about a week and a half.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So it is good stuff, I take it.
Well, it's just very nostalgic to me, to when I first played like online gaming.
Mm-hmm.
Because it really reminds me of Rainbow Six 3's multiplayer, which got me into online gaming, like Xbox Live.
Nice. My nephew showed me Call of Duty Black Ops 3 today for the first time, and I really haven't played a Call of Duty in a long time, but wow, they've changed things. No, but like they always I thought had like one foot in reality, but like now there's like an arm cannon you can unlock. It's called the Scythe, I think. And
yeah, they stopped they just blew reality out the water after the Modern Warfare series to an extent. Even with the Modern Warfare series, they were pretty ridiculous.
I'll say. What do you call it? What do you call it? Well, let me ask you this, DeGauser. Do you have anything you want to plug?
I have a Twitter.
What is it?
At Brian Poundtown.
Poundtown?
Yeah, okay, that's pretty good.
That's a good name.
That's
At
kind of
Brian
awesome.
Poundtown.
All right, Brian Poundtown. That's kind of
So if
awesome.
you guys want to go to Pound Town, that's where you
with
go.
Brian, yeah, totally. That's cool by me. Hey.
Tell him Brian sent you.
Awesome, dude. Thanks a lot.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Sure. Take it easy.
You do the same.
Alright, well. Alright, so cool. Remove from group. Oh, here we go. Let's go with my friend Drastic Actions while we're here.
Ah, there we go.
I like that guy.
Familiar names.
Yes. Absolute nepotism here tonight. But
Here we go.
wow, you are
Hello?
low. Hello? Hello?
Am I coming through?
You're coming through.
Oh, hi.
Hey, what's up, dude?
Hey.
Hey, this is Drastic
Hey,
Action.
this guy.
This
Yeah,
guy.
this guy. Yeah, this is Drastic Action.
What's up?
Watch out, because the stream's about to get wild.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, man. Woo!
How you doing, buddy?
Oh, I'm doing all right. I see you're playing, your NES games.
Yeah,
Doing very well at that.
I totally. I'm already dead once, but I lost half my olives, which apparently is a thing. Did you know in Greece olives were apparently red and blinking?
I learned that.
Well, you got it. What's up, dude? What have you been up to? How was your holiday?
Oh, it was all right. Nice, quiet, day today, I guess. Played a lot of Downwell. Got into World 2, so
Wow.
done very well.
I was playing the iOS version of Downwell where the controls are really fucking hard, but
Yeah.
I really like it, so I stuck it out. Even though I didn't like it at first, but I got used to it. Controls, that is. I always liked the Steam version.
Yeah, it's like I'm accepting of the fact that the controls aren't going to be that good because it's an iOS game, so it's like, whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
But still, it's nice, fun, just take a few minutes, see how far I can get, realize that, I'm going to die, and then just restart and then keep trying over and over again.
I'm actually going to switch to Downwell right now, actually, now that you mention it. Why not? I say. Anyway. Oops. Just gotta...
But yeah, but I've been doing some other stuff too. For Dead of the Brain, I was working on because I'm at my parents' house, so I had some time to kill while I was, while I was here. So I was working on the. I got a graphics extractor working, which I had sent you a bunch of stuff for.
Mm-hmm.
For that, and now I'm working on the graphics inserter. So working on actually inserting our own graphics into the game.
Oh, that's awesome.
And actually changing stuff around. But I wasn't sure if I should make it a bitmap inserter, where it's like you have a bitmap and you turn it into whatever the graphics format they use is.
Yeah.
Or like an editor where you take the actual file and you do bit manipulation to it. And I wasn't sure what made sense. And I realized who gives a shit? Nobody cares. Nobody gives a shit. Like, who the hell's going to use this? I have no idea. Besides us, it's like, why go that far into it?
For those, by the way, not in the know, who might need a refresher, I started doing this stream where I started ROM hacking this like Japanese PC98 game I was interested in called Dead of the Brain. And then Drastic Actions got involved, and he like got like way farther than I did, way faster. And wrote a text extractor, reinserter, graphics extractor. Now working on a reinserter apparently too.
Yeah, well, you could thank QCR for that. I think that was him, right?
Yeah,
because he wrote the original Python script, which had the basics of the control bits and stuff. When I saw that and when I ported that to C#, I'm like, hey, now I know where all this stuff is. Now I can do all this other stuff. Or me wondering if I could do it and then figuring out how to do it.
Yeah.
So if it wasn't for that, I would have been, it would have been a lot slower. But because he did all that legwork, it's like, oh, wow, now I know how to do X, Y, Z. So,
totally. Have you ever worked on a ROM hacking project before at all? Or
Nope, I haven't.
Me neither. Well, actually, wait, no, I did. But
yeah.
I was just saying that. But no, what do you call it? No, it's fun, isn't it? In a way,
it is.
It's frustrating.
I mean, I've done stuff like in assembly, and I've worked with that before, but it's been like, because I used to be really into that in college, and then I realized, fuck that, I can do higher level languages. It's much more fun and easier. Mm-hmm. And so, but yeah, it's really cool to be able to like go back and be like, oh, I can actually,
that's the
manipulate
thing.
files.
Yeah, there's like, because you learn all the assembly stuff in college, but you never really use it. It's all like high level languages and stuff. So now it's like, oh, hey, you know what? Like, I can actually put my degree
This is relevant.
Use. Yeah, exactly. So relevant in the sense of old PC98 games, but whatever.
Yeah,
hey.
I'm sure my professors would love what I'm doing now with this knowledge. But yeah, it's certainly a lot more fun to be able, and useful too in a way, to be able to say like, hey, now that's why you wanted to do it, presumably, right? Is to get people to play this game that you had an interest in, even though. Did you actually play it before? Like,
no.
You wanted to? No, you just wanted to as a let's just do it.
Yeah, I was kind of interested in it in terms of like, basically. So I mentioned before my very, very desperate need for Snatcher kind of games, and it's like, if Snatcher's a ripoff of Blade Runner, and here's a Japanese game that's ripping off Night of the Living Dead, I mean, surely it has to be good.
Yeah. Well, so far, I mean, I don't know how far you've gotten into it now. Like, I've gotten far enough so I can make sure that my the hard drive stuff I was working on worked, where now I put it so you don't have to switch disks, everything's on the hard drive.
Oh yeah,
So I needed to make sure that actually worked, and so I got far enough where I could see it worked.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to spoil anything in it, but it's like, it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
As a game, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's not Snatcher.
No, it's not.
Definitely.
But
it's not
you could make it Snatcher.
We could just port everything over. We can just make a ported version of Snatcher. Yeah.
Totally.
if we had the time to kill. But yeah, it's good. I like it. I enjoy what I've seen so far. It's definitely goofy. It does not take itself seriously.
I kind of like that in a way. And I saw from your graphics extractor a lot more nudity than I was expecting.
Yeah, there's a bit of it. It wasn't a massive amount, but yeah, it was definitely like, whoa, that was not what I expected.
Right. Like,
but then again, it's a PC98 game, so really, that's an understatement. There's a lot less nudity than most PC98 games. a lot less graphic sex.
Right.
The way I heard it, PC98 was basically like a porno game designer's playground.
Yeah, if you get like a pack of PC98 games and just randomly go through it, 9 times out of 10 it will be porn.
Right.
Like it's not.
So of course I
Very-
picked the one that's not porn, but
Yeah, really, it's looking for the one that's not porn.
right. Well, somebody told me too, like back in the days of Let's Play, a lot of times they would act like some of them would actually be like good visual novels or games, but some like person at the company was like, look, just add a bunch of sex so we can sell some copies here.
Right.
You know. That's what they tell me anyway, but who knows?
Well, they're just perverts. No,
it could be a total like I read Playboy for the articles thing. I have no idea, but
it could.
Yeah.
But yeah, I could see that being a legit point too. It's yeah, for this game, it seems more like I haven't gotten to the point where the nudity actually shows up besides seeing it in the graphics, but
right.
I imagine it's kind of tacked on. It's not really an integral part of the story as to why they're dismembered and nude.
Right. Well,
but maybe it is. I don't know.
Well,
Could
that
be a
like
really legit part. Story.
I mean, that actually though that stuff seems almost like a body horror kind of thing, which like is just sort of made to be disturbing, which is like whatever. But then there's just stuff where it's like, oh, looks like your girlfriend's laying in a bed naked for reasons. Yep. Okay, there. Thanks.
Yeah.
And then this one.
Get a little of this eye candy.
Exactly. And then when I mentioned that on Twitter, this one, what was her name? Merrily, I think, said something like, I can't wait to see Doc Cougar take it all off. And it's like, yeah, basically, we're going to get there, I hope. But
well, if not, we'll make it happen.
We have got the power.
We have the power. You're right, actually.
It's only a matter of time. That's really it.
It'd just be like the old Super Mario World hacks, or the old Mario Brothers hacks, where it's just naked Mario.
Oh, yeah totally. And who doesn't...
Go in there and change every nude scene to a clothed scene, and every clothed scene to a nude scene.
Oh, that's great, yeah. If anybody wants to get cracking on that, I will insert it in. So
there you go. Sorry?
Now's the time. Yeah, now's the time.
That's a hell of a way to phrase that, by the way.
Yeah.
Awesome. What do you call it? So, besides our ROM hack project, anything else you wanted to plug, Drastic?
No.
Alright.
Not really. I don't have anything.
Maybe one of these...
still thinking about Twitch Plays Katamari?
I was working on that at some point. I had a prototype running, which Paul Hogo was involved with. He was in the stream of getting it so that you could do Twitch Plays Katamari, where half of the stream was doing the left analog stick, and the other half was doing the right. But I didn't get far. Like, I ran into issues with the what was it? The time limits and stuff. Where it was like. You could turn it off, you could hack that, and then it's like there's a lot of like restrictions for like what sort of controls would you give the player at that point, and then like how do you get from point like the change
Point A to
levels,
point B,
that sort of stuff. Yeah, how do you change levels? How do you do you give them the ability to pause and quit the game? Like basically running into the issues that the Dark Souls one had.
But like actually thinking it through before you do it, unlike the Dark Souls one.
Yeah, I actually wanted to make sure this was possible, and then it's like, well, maybe one day I'll finish it. I tend to start a bunch of projects and then never finish them. So that's one thing you have to remember about me is that I start doing a bunch of stuff, and then it's like, this might not be feasible, and then I just stop.
I'm kind of the same way, which is why I started streaming it to make myself do it. But
but I will say that I one day do want to do Twitch Plays Monopoly. I do want to get that done at some point if that hasn't been done. Because I think that would be an interesting project of just, people buying property and, selling, buying. I think that could be very good. Or very frustrating, like a real game of Monopoly.
I think I will totally fund and invest. I don't know what the funding is involved. Twitch Plays Katamari. I will tell you that. I think that's a winner idea.
It's a winner idea?
I think that's a winner idea.
I'll at least humor going back and looking at my code and figuring out what the hell went wrong.
I'll tell you this: the Twitch Plays Monopoly. Send me an RFP for it. We'll see. But all right.
Okay, I'll give you a spec. I'll give you the specs. We'll see. We'll go over with my manager. We'll see if we can get this funded, and I'll get back to you on it.
Awesome.
But that's really it. Like, I don't. And maybe one day I do want to do like you've been doing these programming streams. I've been thinking of doing my own. Not for like Dead or the Brain because you're obviously doing that. I don't want to steal your thunder.
No,
but of doing like like the type of hacking stuff I do with like website manipulation stuff, like hacking the PSN, like getting API calls and stuff like that.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah.
It might be interesting so people can see like how that stuff's done, like man-in-the-middle attacks.
Whoa.
I don't know. Maybe people will find that cool. I don't know.
I think
But yeah.
so. Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, that's it. All right.
Just don't get in
that's
trouble.
enough of me.
Oh, not at all. Thanks a lot, dude.
Yep.
Thanks for calling
No,
in.
thank you.
Thank you. No, thank you. All right. Take it easy. I like that guy. He's nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty cool guy.
All right, let's get a new person. Or wait, I might know this name. I've never had them on Skype or anything, but let's just see. All right, adding that. Sorry, I'm playing Downwell and my controller stopped working, so now I'm on keyboard again. I hope you can't hear me clacking too much.
Hello?
Hello.
Hey,
Hi.
how's it going?
Pretty good. Who are we talking to?
It's Talon.
Talon, how are you?
I'm doing alright.
You know, the reason, I saw your name in the queue here, and then I was like, that's a unique name.
Yeah.
Have we met?
Yeah, I was at RTX.
How do you like Bloodborne?
I mean, do you want to talk about it for a little bit?
I guess so, sure.
I mean, I had a lot of fun with it overall, but it does have a few issues.
All right, you get the hell off my call. No, I'm kidding. No, what did you want to talk about, though, before I was just curious if it was you, actually. But
I mean,
what are your
didn't have a ton of things. I was kind of hoping to talk about Bloodborne, actually.
All right, in that case, what are your non-issues with Bloodborne that I can just prove wrong?
My issues.
I'm joking.
Now remember, it was made with silicon graphics.
That's true. What didn't you like about Bloodborne?
What didn't I like? Did you ever do the undead giant fight in the
Lower through
Chalice
Marrow?
dungeons?
In Lower through Marrow, you mean the second one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bullshit fight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
With the chains.
Yeah.
Awful.
So let me explain for those who don't know at home. I'm assuming people are sort of familiar with the Chalice dungeons. They're like completely optional, extra, quote unquote, randomly generated sort of dungeons. There's like unique bosses, and one of them is called Undead Giant. And how would you describe this? This is like,
Well, it's kind of if you get near it, you just take damage, basically.
yeah, he's got these chains, so even if you do the right things and dodge him, sometimes the chains he has like lag behind his main attack, so you kind of have like two chances to be hit, and basically he can kind of one-shot you. Like I'm even at like level like 74, I think, and I'm still having a tough time with him. Like he just does monster damage, and it gets to a point even when you're like, look, I know how to do this fight. It's just I do so little damage and he does so much that you just have to keep it perfect for like minutes at a time. It's a shitty fight, honestly. I am totally with you on that.
And then the only fight in the main game that I really hated was the spider, the vacuous spider.
I didn't hate it. I thought it was alright, but you hated it?
Yeah, I mean the ads are not my favorite thing, but they were okay. The thing that I really hated was the projectiles that just come from off screen.
Yeah. I hear you.
And
then yeah.
Sorry.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
And then there's another version of that fight too in one of the dungeons where you actually have cover and it makes the fight super easy.
I've heard about that. Yeah. It's after I've still not beaten Undead Giant in the Chalice dungeon, so.
Oh really?
Yeah, but I looked ahead. I know that Rom is the next boss in the Lower through Marrow.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I got the DLC, so I've heard it's very hard. I'm interested in trying it out. What's your weapon of choice, though? I gotta know.
I used the axe for a while, and then the holy blade.
Yeah.
Like throughout the rest of the game, pretty much it carried me all the way.
Yeah, I'm a big Saw Spear fan, but I'm starting to see the light with Holy Blade because that is that's a sick good weapon.
It's like in Dark Souls 1 and 2, this Vihander was kind of my thing, so that's the closest thing to that.
Totally. Kirk Hammer was the coolest looking weapon in the world, though.
Yeah, but it doesn't.
I know.
It kind of the hammer has like a weird thing where if you don't hit him dead on, it does really shit damage.
Oh, I know. It's not a practical weapon per se. I'm just saying it looks fucking like the coolest thing in the world, which counts for a lot to me, honestly. But you know, hey.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I mean,
I will gladly
yeah,
use an
that's
ineffective weapon, yeah, if it looks cool.
Did you ever see the Bloodborne Kirk Hammer? Either of you?
Yeah.
I have not.
I meant either as in Digital Basic or Polo.
Oh no, I'm not.
Okay, can I spoil this weapon for you? It's a sword, but there's a big block of metal on your back that seems completely disconnected from the sword until you go to the transform mode of the weapon, where your character sticks the sword in the big block of metal with there's a slot you don't really see. It locks into place, and then it's a giant fucking hammer. And
That's awesome.
I saw that. I'm like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Well, then we go to Amazon, Black Friday deal, PS4 with Bloodborne, and sold.
Yeah, Kirk Hammer is kind of is like a really sick weapon in terms of like design. There's a lot of really cool like designed weapons in it that like the rifle spear is like a cool looking kind of weapon, but I don't get it or like why you'd use it or what a useful application of it is.
And the like electric mace too. It's kind of not many applications, but it looks really cool.
Yeah. Or like what's that one weapon? Oh, Ligarius's wheel. Did you get that?
I didn't get it, but I've seen it before.
It's the strangest thing in the world, because I saw like Phantoms, like other players have it, and I'm like, I gotta check it out. And I get it, and it's like, yeah, it's a big wheel you hit people with. And I'm like, why? Like, why a wheel? You don't even get to ride it or do any like crazy shit with it. You just literally bag people over the head with a fucking wheel. But, you know, hey, okay.
Yeah. Also, in case you I mean, if you when you're using the Holy Blade, you might want to try one-handing it too, because that's actually pretty good as well.
I've heard that, yeah. Like, it staggers people. The Holy Blade is basically also like the Kirk Hammer, insofar as you have a bigger blade on your back, and it's the sword, and then it locks into the bigger blade, and then you just have a giant sword.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure the movesets are the same when you use one hand.
I love the weapons in Bloodborne. They're so cool looking. And then, like, the DLC has the whirligig saw, which is like a club/chainsaw somehow. But, you know, in Victorian times, so it's not just like a chainsaw. So I'm interested to kind of see where that goes. But, yeah, crazy stuff. But, alright, so for your money, what's your favorite Souls game? I bet I could guess, but go ahead.
I haven't played Demon Souls really at all, because I've never had a PS3. But Dark Souls has got to be my favorite. Dark Souls 1.
I figured. What about between Bloodborne and Dark Souls 2?
Gotta go with Bloodborne.
Ah, cool. Interesting. I still yet to play 2, but I want to do it after I finish Demon and Blood.
And then the other kind of gripe I have with Bloodborne, beyond gameplay, is like in Dark Souls 1. Do you know about the 2 separate endings?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, the thing about what a lot of people think is a true ending in Dark Souls 1 is it's kind of hidden on your first playthrough, and most people miss it. But the thing about Bloodborne is, like, I feel like going through my first playthrough, I missed pretty much half the game.
I see. I kind of had a couple people guiding me. Because there's like those three of the 4 items you need to get like the true ending, and I don't know anything about like what exactly that unlocks, but I did get them, you know?
Yep.
So I get that. But you know, I don't know, Dark Souls, it seems like there was a ton to miss, like Painted World of Ariamis you could totally miss, you know, Great Hollow and like Ash Lake, you know, but I guess those are just totally optional, not like part of the ending and things like that, or the main story. So
those things were missable, but I feel like it was a lot easier to just stumble upon those than it was in Bloodborne.
That makes sense, yeah. Well, especially, yeah, like one of the pieces of umbilical cord is to like, you can't go in Iosefka's clinic. Like, you can't go upstairs, I've heard. And then you have to, like, come
Right.
back to her later and then kill her, even though there's not really any prompt for it, you know? But, like,
Right.
yeah. But I did stumble upon Canehurst, which I was very happy about, so... I don't know, I like, aesthetically, I like it a lot, you know?
Mhm.
And, what do you call it? I love Dark. Demon I like a lot. I'm not feeling it like I did Dark, but, I don't know, Bloodborne just kind of speaks to me. That's, yeah. And also, like, it's easier, so I like that a lot, too. And,
Demon,
yeah.
sorry.
No, go ahead.
Demon's like, do you know if like it started out as like a PS2 game and they ported it over? Because it looks really dated compared to Dark Souls 1.
You know, it's a weird thing you say that. It totally does. Like, I don't know if that's the truth or not, but, like, when you see it, it absolutely looks like a one generation earlier Dark Souls, even though it came out on the same platform. You're absolutely right. You really are an expert on these games.
Thanks.
But listen, unfortunately, our 5's up. But do you have anything you want to plug before you go? Did you have more you wanted to talk about? Good.
I don't know.
That's okay. Thanks a lot for calling in, by the way.
You're welcome.
Totally. Take it easy, dude.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, I have one more question.
Go for it.
Is Magfest a done deal? Or are you going there for sure?
It is a 90 to 95% done deal. I think even if we don't
Right.
I think at this point we've kind of committed where even if we don't get the panel, we'll probably still go, just because, like,
Okay. Might see you there then.
yeah. Oh, cool. Definitely. Say hi. I won't remember you though. I forget every. No, I'm kidding. No, you know the thing is that,
Take what I
like,
can get.
I was just talking about this too. Like, they don't tell you if you're going to be part of an event until, like, right before, and it sucks if for Beatus especially, because he has to fly to Magfest. Like, I could conceivably drive, but I think it's one of those cases where he's kind of like, I'm going to go anyway. So, you know, I think we're definitely going to go, but hopefully we get the panel too, and then we can rush to prepare for it and have an even worse experience than RTX was. So, you know. So, no.
Yeah, and all the best friends are probably going to be there too. So
Magfest?
yeah.
Well, then I'm definitely going. Fuck that. I'll fanboy over them. No,
Yeah, I've met them a couple times. They're fun guys.
cool. Awesome. Well, there you go. Like I said, thanks a lot for calling in, my man.
All right, you're welcome.
Light up. All right. We've been going about an hour, but let me bring in someone one of you has met before, actually. Let's see here. You should probably play the King's Field games, too. I'm kind of interested in that. That's like the proto Dark Souls stuff, apparently. I don't know. Is Rice coming in or no? I see
Hey,
him.
how's it going?
Hey, there you are.
Hey, there he is.
Hey, you know this guy, Polo, right?
Yeah, we met at PAX East.
Yep. Exactly. I heard you're not going this year.
Nah, I bought a new
Talking
car
to
this month.
Rick. He's talking to Rick. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I can't make it this year either. Well, next year, but
No, I know
I
you.
definitely want to be on for the year after that if you're still
I'm down.
sure.
Absolutely.
But
I'm sorry, Polo. You can't go either.
Nah,
This year's gonna suck, but at least Beatus can go this year, so you know, something, I guess. What was I gonna say? What's up, dude?
not a whole lot. I'm just digesting Thanksgiving dinner and drinking.
That sounds like a plan.
So I wanted to ask you if you had finished Metal Gear Solid 5 yet.
I have finished Metal Gear Solid 5.
What kept you going through that game? Because
I knew there was a twist. I don't know what we should do about spoiling it or not. I'll just say let's I guess we'll keep what the twist is out of it per se. But I knew there was a twist. I had a theory on what the twist was. I figured the choice of Kiefer Sutherland as voice actor would play into that twist, and I had to see if I was right on the theory. And here's what I'm going to say. Amazingly, I was not right on that theory, but I fucking should have been, because my theory makes a lot more sense than the actual twist. But
yeah, I mean, I put about 82 hours into that game, and I can't go back. I always loved the Metal Gear games because of the crazy story, and there's not enough story to keep me going between the slogging through all the missions.
I'll tell you what. Can we, Pola Digital? Do you mind if we talk about this twist?
Just
Go
go
ahead.
nuts.
All right. Here's the deal for anyone listening to the VOD. I'm gonna set a 5-minute timer. We can talk about the spoiler thing. Okay.
All right.
All right. So I kind of figured you weren't really. This is a spoiler part. You weren't really Big Boss, right? That's why Kiefer Sutherland's voicing him. I don't know what really happened to Big Boss. I thought it kind of played into the Metal Gear Solid 2 thing where anybody could be Snake, hence VR training for Raiden, all that shit, you know? I'm like, this makes perfect sense, except then it turns out you're just some guy who is just friendly with Big Boss that he makes into his other they call him the Phantom, you know? Mm-hmm. But no, Big Boss just has Kiefer Sutherland's voice now. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense, though. It would have made perfect sense to bring Hater back as the real Big Boss when you learn that reveal. And then, the details don't make sense because it, starts you're in a coma, wait, what is it? You're in a coma, you wake up in 8 years, but since you're not really Big Boss, does that mean Big Boss was just sitting there around doing nothing for 8 years, hoping you'd wake up so you could be this double? And if so, didn't he notice that good thing you were missing the eye, but you also have a big fucking hunk of metal sticking out of your head now? You don't make a good body double. You look nothing like the fucking guy because you're missing a hand. This is a pretty big strike against you for being a super soldier. Just saying, but god damn it.
He left the training camp before they could put the little mustache on him.
It just didn't make any sense then, because then it's so wait, so he's really sitting there for me to wake up in 8 years? And then because you would think at some point you'd go visit the guy in the hospital, it's he's in a coma, and you're like, oh, I should probably find a different guy. And they're like, and he's missing a hand. Oh yeah, now I really gotta find a different guy. But Big Boss was I believe in this guy, who's named Slowbeef in my game. He even without the hand, I'm sure with a prosthetic, he will be just as good as me, a fucking weathered soldier trained by the boss and everything. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. And then, and they even say at one point, oh, a nation's just a patch of dirt, don't worry. And it's but Big Boss is forming a nation. And it's well, then what the fuck? I don't know. So I really was just sitting there I gotta see how bad this goes. And then it started going bad. Then the twist is really out of nowhere. You just finished some completely unrelated mission. And it's okay, you ready for the ending? And it's oh, all right, I guess so. But
I actually heard that was because of some content that got cut.
Yeah, there's apparently a final level where you fight, I think it's Liquid Snake as a child, driving Philanthropist, which is proto Metal Gear. And that whole thing too.
Fighting Baby Liquid was kind of fun though.
It's true.
Throwing him off the boat.
Well, here's the other thing I don't get either. So, apparently, Baby Liquid Snake and Baby Psycho Mantis are friends, right?
Are you sure you didn't start reading a fan fiction or something?
No, this is the game. But here's the deal: if Baby Psycho Mantis can control a Metal Gear, right? No, because he does. He does in the game. He absolutely does. He psychically makes Philanthropist walk around. No, he does though. So why the fuck do you need Snake and the PAL keys and all this shit in Metal Gear Solid 1? You don't need any of that. You have Psycho Mantis make the fucking thing launch nuclear weapons. What? Wait. Fuck Metal Gear. Just have your psychic throw the nuclear shit over. You have a...
He's Psycho.
But it's true. It's Psycho Mantis Jr. It absolutely is.
Does he wear a little tiny gas mask?
Yes, he does.
And he has the straight jacket too.
But the straight jacket's too long on him. See, like the sleeves of it are just really long, and is like
So
yeah.
Is Fire Guy Colonel Volgan? Because he looks like Colonel Volgan.
We're extending spoiler chat. I'm sorry. Pass on. Yes. Okay. This is the stupidest surprise twist I've ever seen in my life. Because it could have been good. I really liked Volgan. So having the Man on Fire be Volgan, hey, cool, right? Fan servicey thing. Cool. Hey, I'm down. This is what they do. There's a mission called Secure the Man on Fire's Remains. The very start of the mission, Miller is like, well, you're going to have to secure the Man on Fire's remains. Could it be Colonel Volgan? Maybe we'll find out what happened to him over these years. Like, well, you just fucking told me what it is then. And then you find him, and then he has like a little cutscene, and yeah, it's Volgan. And it's like, well, that could have been really cool and surprising if you hadn't fucking told me about that in a stupid dialogue scene at the start of the goddamn mission for no fucking reason. And then the whole cutscene is like the Man on Fire's walking towards you. The fire goes out. It's Volgan, and then he collapses and dies. Not even a line of dialogue. And you're all right. Well, thanks.
I have to go back to my home planet.
There was like no point. And that's the thing. Yeah, like somebody in chat's like, well, he's possessed by anger or something. Like, okay, there's that, but then also Baby Psycho Mantis is controlling him. And it's like, but like seriously, like the bad guys in this are pretty much driven by Baby Psycho Mantis. Like he does everything for him almost, except for Skullface's vocal cord plot, which I don't even want to touch. But I will say, I was at least more accepting of that because I saw a movie where they did something similar to that years back. So at least Kojima ripped off the bad idea. But sorry, that was my rant. No, and you're right though, because chapter 2 especially really just drags. Like it's just like, all right, here's 5 more missions where you got to rescue child soldiers, and it's like, oh, not again. And then yeah, I don't know. It was like so cool. It's one of the interesting things, like when you start playing that game, you're like, this is the greatest game I've ever played. And then like 20-30 hours in, which by the way is way more than enough time to be like, yeah, this is a great game. But at 20-30 in, you're like, wow, they're really going to make me do another 20-30 hours of this, but they've kind of run out of things, you know?
Yeah.
So you think there's a lot of padding?
Mm-hmm.
The gameplay was fantastic, but
yeah.
It's just that for me, there wasn't enough story often enough to keep me interested.
That's another thing too. Yeah, you'll go like 5-6 hours with like just nothing really happening in the story, and that's like I was so interested to be like, you know, what that like Big Boss just lost like a decade of his life, and he's like, you know, he's a little dismembered now, and like how's that going to affect him and all this stuff, and it's like, I don't know. Let's have the other guys talk about it because Kiefer's expensive. You know, but and it really is like that. Like I think there's one conversation's like, I'm sure Boss must be feeling bad about it. It's like, why did you hire Kiefer Sutherland if you're not going to have him talk about this stuff? Damn it. It was it's not bad. Like you can't say this is a horrible game, but like it just like it really lets you down in the latter half, and then
it doesn't stand up to the pedigree.
Yeah, exactly. And it's funny because, like, I think someone, like, put it best. It's like, in most Kojima games, you're like, okay, look, I like this a lot, or Metal Gears, I should say. I like this a lot, but there's way too much cutscene. I wish you would cut that down and have more gameplay. And this went entirely in the other direction, where you're like, okay, I'd like at least some context as to why I'm doing what I'm doing and something I'm progressing towards. Instead of like, hey, can you blow up some tanks for us? Thanks. Oh, skull units, here they are. And the fucking skull units, holy shit. I hate these guys so much. And you know what it is? I think the problem is that that Kojima was kind of planning to end things on 4, and Konami sort of made him go back. So now he's written himself in the corner where it's like, shit, I'm in the 80s. I have like cool new ideas and stuff, but the technology's not really there. So you have the skull units, and they can like turn invisible and leap, and then they have like rock armor and can cause like earthquakes and shit from the ground. And I'm like, this is like just magic. You know, like
no, it's parasites.
I know, yeah. Oh, yeah, like nanomachines with a line through it, like that says parasites now, and that really is that. And then it's like, yeah, and then you're just kind of like, well, how are the skulls like units doing any of this stuff? Like this, like even with nanomachines, none of this is possible. And it's just magic. That's the only explanation I can come up with. Like they seriously like make spires of rocks come up out of the ground and throw flying boulders at you from nowhere. Also machine guns, and it's like a Dark Souls boss. Only God damn it. Sorry. Anyway, and you know, yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say just to mention the Cobra unit wasn't explained ever. That is very true. The Cobras were not explained. But you know what? It's like that suspension of disbelief contract where it's like I'm gonna accept a little bit of bullshit. Like I know there's no beekeeper that good, but like you know I'm okay with it because it's just that. But like the skulls are just like it kind of like throws the whole Metal Gear thing out there where it's like we gotta clone this big boss guy, and it's like wait a minute, you have a dude on fire. And then you have, like, these guys who just throw rocks out of the ground. Are you sure this one guy is that good? And then when I say that, like, everybody's like, well, he beats those guys. I'll grant you, yes, he is very good soldier. But again, you have a man on fire who, like, just absorbs bullets and explosions. You don't want to clone a him, too? You know, maybe that could help round out the army so you just don't have Big Boss version 2. It's like, nah,
Just
Big Boss.
clone a bunch of fire guys and just send them to walk into the village or whatever.
Seriously. And Big Boss 2.0 is like a bit of a horn dog and like, you know, he kind of, you know, he gets old really fast. Like there's some downsides here. Man on Fire and Baby Psycho Mantis. I mean, your fucking army is set. Clone those motherfuckers. Just saying.
Yeah, you see the Man on Fire throwing fire trucks and stuff.
Oh yeah, totally. Or like a helicopter launches a missile at him and he just takes it in his stomach and he's fine. It's like, yeah, I want that guy in my army. I'm sorry. It's like, well, he's really angry. Yeah, good.
I would be too if I was on fire.
that's like a great job interview response. What's your greatest weakness? I'm really angry. Well, I want you to be a soldier, so that rules. Come on
no
in.
need to chill out here.
No need. Stay that
So
way.
maybe Big Boss's real superpower is that he's just a really good manager.
Now you'd think that, but like his method of recruitment is like, I'm gonna knock you out, put you in a balloon, you're gonna wake up on my oil rig, and then I'm gonna brainwash you. Or
With about 500 sheep.
Yeah, about 500 sheep, right, and a bear. It's like, no, like everybody, you know, like everybody's like, everyone wants to work for the legendary Big Boss, and it's like, oh man, this is awesome. Like, you know, he kidnapped me. Now I'm being forced.
This is great.
I'll
never see my family again.
I know, yeah, but I get to fight for Big Boss on an oil rig, who, by the way, I've never seen and am not really sure is the real Big Boss, and by the way, isn't. So it's like, I don't know.
In our weekly meetings, he comes by and punches everyone in the face.
I know, and we thank him. And then he made us set up these target practice things he just runs into.
Also, he can say his birthday is whenever, and we have to celebrate it.
That is a ridiculous. And then he brought a stripper on with a sniper's rifle, and he said she was a great sniper, but I don't know if I believe that. No.
And I wanted to ask real quick if we still got time. How did you feel about the sort of heavy option of going full action movie mode?
I love
Did you
that.
really use that a lot, or did you
yeah.
try and do old school stealth all the way?
I'll tell you what happened. I would do about half an hour of old school stealth, die, notice my checkpoint was all the way fucking back, and go, nope, fuck it, rocket launcher. So I would do it the first time and then fail, and then like I'm not trying that again.
Yeah.
But it's really a lot of fun to do it Rambo style, like, because they're like, okay, you have to assassinate this diplomat. Try to get a visual on what he looks like first. Like, fuck it, I'm killing everybody. And then like you get them, and they're like, I guess that was it. Thanks, boss. You know. And they get mad at you, but you know how could they? My favorite was too, like, the first boss is quiet. You know, it was supposed to be like a sniper duel. I called an airstrike on her. I mean, It was the options in the game are really awesome. Do you know the thing you can beat her by like just dropping supply drops on her head? It's like the easy non-lethal kill. It's awesome.
That was hilarious. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but cool. I think I think that's a stream, gentlemen. I don't know how the rest of you feel, but I want to thank everybody who called in, and I want to thank Sticky Rice for finishing us off, so to speak. Sorry, that's a bad choice of words. Pola, thanks for helping me co-host.
Yeah, no problem.
Thanks again, and thank you, Digital.
You're welcome.
All right, take easy, everybody.
Good night.
Later.
Good night.